Passover is set to begin at sundown. Classes at Columbia University are being held virtually today because of administration's safety concerns over the ongoing pro-Palestinian protests on campus.
The school is looking for ways to de-escalate the situation as protests continue. A prominent rabbi at the school is urging Jewish students to actually go home because of these safety concerns. Today marks the 6th day of these sorts of protests on campus. So let's bring in CBS News correspondent Meg Oliver, who is there on campus at Columbia. So, Meg, what is the atmosphere like there today? What's going on campus?
Hey, Ben and Lilia, we're just outside one of the entrances of Columbia University. And as you can see behind me, students and faculty, they have to check in with their student IDs. And this is going to be going on for the foreseeable future. There's a heightened security presence around campus. As you mentioned, these pro-Palestinian protests have been going on now on the 6th day. I just talked with one student, and he described campus as pretty quiet. The classes are now all remote. He said most of the faculty, they have started to cancel classes, so going all remote wasn't too big of a shift. But the university is inviting the media to go on campus at 2 o'clock, and we're going to be able to see those protests. The one student I talked to said there's about 200 protesters on campus. They've been pretty quiet. Lilia, as you know, you were out here last week. There are different pockets around campus that are a lot louder, with protesters that are out chanting on different street corners. I do want to bring up that there are more universities across the country that are starting to see protests. And we know that there was a lot of activity on Yale's campus early this morning. I talked with Sahar Tartak on the phone earlier today. She told me that she is the editor of the Yale Free Press, and she was completely surrounded by pro-Palestinian protesters last night on campus. And one came up to her with a pro-Palestinian flag and jabbed her in the eye. She was completely scared. She said as an Orthodox Jewish student, she has been scared for some time on campus and off campus. I think there's a big distinction when you talk to students, especially Jewish students, and how they are feeling. We've seen this rise in anti-Semitism. But then if you talk to other students that aren't Jewish, like the one that I just talked to, he feels perfectly fine going on and off campus. Ben, Lilia?
Thank you so much for that.
Millions of Jewish people around the world are set to celebrate Passover tonight. But with the Israel-Hamas war raging, many Jewish Americans are expressing concerns about staying safe during the holiday. Here in New York, the NYPD is increasing security at Jewish institutions. So let's bring in CBS News national security contributor Samantha Vinograd. She is the former acting assistant secretary for counterterrorism with the Department of Homeland Security, and she helped lead the federal government's work on campus security. So, Samantha, the Anti-Defamation League has reported a spike in anti-Semitic incidents since the beginning of the war in Gaza. What steps are federal officials taking to respond to this?
Well, even before the war in Gaza and Hamas's brutal terrorist attack against the state of Israel, the ADL recorded the highest number of anti-Semitic incidents in 2023 versus any other year on record. Just think about that. 2023 was the most dangerous year for Jewish Americans on record from the Anti-Defamation League's perspective. Looking at the Passover holiday, which I plan on observing this evening with my family, federal authorities have warned about a heightened threat from lone offenders, individuals, to mass gatherings of Jewish Americans or individuals perceived to be Jewish Americans celebrating the Passover holiday. And more broadly, the threat of anti-Jewish hate crimes has skyrocketed post-October 7th and more generally. We have a range of nefarious actors, both domestic and foreign, seeking to harm Jews in the United States. We have foreign terrorist organizations like ISIS, Al-Qaeda, and Iran-linked proxies calling for attacks against Jewish institutions and Jewish individuals. And we have a host of racially and ethnically motivated violent extremists in this country that also seek to attack and have successfully, unfortunately, attacked Jewish places of worship, Jewish schools, and more.
Sam, I was covering the protests in Columbia last week at Columbia University, and things certainly get heated. What I heard from students there was beyond protest, a desperation. They kept, yelling at us as the media, talking about, look, you have to call things for what they are. They are at a point where they have been protesting for months what they say are, the killing of so many innocent civilians. And so, one thing is freedom of speech. Another thing is when credible threats take place at universities. So are there any credible threats as part of these protests and on campuses?
My sources share that there are no specific or credible threats at this time as it pertains to campus security. However, there is a caveat to that. We do have to note that it is often the case that bad actors do seek to exploit First Amendment protected activities to advance their own goals. We have reporting from just earlier today in which officials in New York did indicate that outside actors are exploiting events at Columbia to pursue their own agendas. At the same time, First Amendment protected activity is critically important, whether it be the right to peacefully protest, the right to exercise free speech. But every university and campus, and I worked with universities and campuses when I was the Assistant Secretary for Counterterrorism at DHS, every university and campus does have their own specific codes of conduct and rules for seeking approval for First Amendment protected activity and what the lines are as it pertains to what sorts of activities are permitted on that specific campus. The right to free speech is a cornerstone of our democracy, as is the right to peacefully protest, but every university and campus needs to have, should have, must have codes of conduct that are clearly communicated to students, as well as very strong cooperation with state and local law enforcement. We're seeing in New York the involvement of the NYPD, but every jurisdiction must be in touch with their state and local law enforcement to ensure that if dangerous situations do arise, that state and local responders are able to quickly come on scene and have a plan for how to safely de-escalate the situation.
Yeah, things can certainly escalate quickly and can never be too cautious.
All right, Samantha Vinograd, thank you so much.
Thanks.